Everyone learns editing by picking up tips from YouTube, blogs, and friends. And a lot of it sounds good at first, but over time you start to notice that some of that advice doesn't actually help. So let's talk about the 7 editing lies you've probably been told and what actually works if you want your videos to stand out. You should always edit to the beat. This is one of the first things people hear. Make your cuts match the beat. But what happens if every single cut hits the drum or the clap? Your edit becomes predictable, and predictability kills emotion. When you watch truly powerful videos, you'll notice something. The cuts don't follow the beat, they follow the feeling. In DaVinci Resolve, sometimes I'll even mute the music while cutting. I'll build the scene based on story energy first, and then bring the music back after. Because music should support your story, not dictate. Maybe you felt stuck too, forcing a cut just because the snare hit. It's a trap a lot of us fall into early on. By the way, if you ever feel stuck like that, trying to cut scenes but the edit just doesn't feel right, or if you're struggling with clarity in your projects, if you don't have a strong editing system in place, and find yourself wasting more time searching for clips than actually editing your story, I do one-on-one consultations where we map out your project and build a custom plan that fits exactly where you are. If that sounds like something you need, click the link in the description and book a call with me. Alright, let's keep going. Visuals are more important than story. It's so easy to get caught up in gear, lenses, 4K, color science, but the reality, a powerful story will beat beautiful footage every single time. You could film with a cracked phone. If the story is real, people will stay. Meanwhile, even the most beautiful shots can feel, well, a little empty. I've watched films that were shot on ancient cameras that had more emotional punch than million-dollar productions. Maybe you've seen that too. Something rough around the edges that still hit harder than anything, well, perfect. This is a good reminder. Story first, always. B-roll will save your video. Just cover it with B-roll. Sounds easy, right? But if the A-roll, the main content, isn't strong, all the B-roll in the world can't fix that. B-roll should deepen the moment, add to the emotion, or reveal something new. If it's just random pretty shots, it actually pulls the viewer away from what matters. Think of B-roll like seasoning. It works when it enhances, not when it hides. Invisible cuts are always better. We were taught that good editing should be invisible. And most of the time it is. But sometimes the best move is the cut that feels harsh. A sudden jump, a jarring moment, an uncomfortable silence. Those cuts can make the viewer feel something that they wouldn't otherwise feel. It's about staying true to the emotion, not smoothing everything out until it's forgettable. Think about editing with the viewer in mind. You need to pre-plan every shot. Well, planning helps, no doubt about that. But no matter how perfect your shot list looks, things change. Editing is more like jazz rather than a symphony. Some of the best edits comes from responding to surprises, to messy footage, to real energy, the unpredictable shots that was never planned. Your timeline should be a place to discover, not just a place to check boxes. Fancy transitions equals better videos. We all love a cool transition, but if you notice the transition more than you notice the story, it's probably doing the opposite of what you want. Simple, motivated cuts carry more weight than flashy effects. The best editing almost disappears. Because you're so into the moment, you're forgetting you're watching something edited at all. Sound is just the final polish. Sound design isn't an extra, it's half of the editing process. A video with average footage but with amazing sound is still watchable. A video with perfect visuals but bad sound? Well, not so watchable. When I'm editing, I spend just as much time layering sounds, ambient textures, little hits and impacts as I do arranging the visuals. This is what makes a video feel alive. Editing fast means you're good. Working quickly feels good. Real editing that makes people feel usually comes slower. Tweaking, rethinking, experimenting. There's no award for finishing first. There's only the feeling that you leave behind in your audience. And sometimes slowing down creates something way better than rushing through. Your brain is the best tool that you have. If you've been feeling frustrated with your edits, if you've been wondering why your projects don't feel the way you want them, maybe it's not your gear, maybe it's not your camera, maybe it's the rules you've been told. Hopefully this video will help you break those rules and help you create edits that feel like something. And again, if you want help mapping out your workflow, organize your projects, or building a system that makes editing easier instead of overwhelming, check out the consultation link in the description. I would love to help you find clarity and momentum. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.